here with us today we have we are talking about an important topic, right? Guest star Eran, that is actually one of the steering council member of the IORG. So hi Eran.
Hello, hello.
And with us as well, together with Eran, we have Yury, that he is actually part of the same company where Eran works, so that is Knowmail. And a very interesting topic about it is that they try to make sure that information overload is, or actually generally communication is improved with AI, right? And this actually the topic of today is to putting together AI and information overload. So Yury, this is the head of AI for Knowmail, so I think he has a lot to know about it, a lot to share, probably also from the background what we don't understand. So that's what we are gonna ask. But before starting, I would like to know something more about information overload in general. So let's say let's ask to Yury, how would you define information overload?
Okay, information overload is a fundamental and very big problem of our days. We get more and more information, more and more emails, messages, pictures, and we don't know what to do with all this stuff. We waste our time, the productivity decreases, and people want to know what from this big amount of information is important and what is not, what is urgent and what is not. And it's very, very hard. And about 30% of work time was for emails, for example. It's a statistic figure that published. And it's a very, very big problem. At this point, I think that machine learning and AI solutions are the main part of this how can we overcome these problems and these issues.
And so basically, what you're sharing is anything that that is disturbing us, right? That is our information or things that are unwanted, are making us less productive. And one of the solution is to have some kind of a software, let's say, that is able to help us with that. So now, do you think that this is like something that many people are aware of, that that you can use AI, or what do you think that is it the usual solution that people are applying to information overload?
Now or
now, like every day, imagine somebody that goes to the office and opens their email, and so what are they doing?
Now we have some solutions like filtering, like common sense prioritization. Some companies provide solutions based on neural network, big data analysis, and so forth. But I think that the real solution lies in the field of personal assistance, personal adjusted solution that not necessarily utilize all information in the world, but very deeply learn your habits, your email consumption or message consumption, your networks, and so forth.
So there is not one solution for everybody, but there is one solution individual for each one according to the behavior.
I think that this is a solution, a long-term solution, not ad hoc solution.
I mean, there are many
like we have now.
There are many, whether it is best practices that you're supposed to handle, whether it is email or whether it is social networks, there are best practices And there are many various types of solutions, but they're either very, very focused on a specific point. For example, how to avoid messages coming in after 6 o'clock, or it's very, very specific point-focused solutions. But they're attempting to be a one-point solution for everybody, meaning one size fits all. But what AI is attempting to do is actually to personalize it.
Okay.
And to make, because we're each different. Me, Yury, you, where each person has different habits or different ways or different contacts or different needs. So a one solution that's supposed to fit for all three of us that's exactly the same, it's not going to necessarily work because we're each different individuals. And that's where AI is actually coming in to personalize and to learn each individual specifically.
So, and how AI is doing it? So what is the logic behind of personalizing our solution to make us more collaborative?
The logic is that generally AI is not a slogan. AI is machine learning models, the set of machine learning models and rules that explore some set of data.
Okay.
Some data. Okay. The logic is that the best fit will provide the best solution, the best prediction. You receive mail, you want to know, you see it, you want to know is it urgent or no, for you, not for some other person. The logic is that we want to create predictions that are relevant for you. And AI solution should, as far as I see, work in this direction. Well, you can base, you can create solutions common sense based, like exploring of huge amounts of data, and like it's done for some, by some companies nowadays, but it's unlikely that this solution will really tackle information overload for you.
Okay.
Okay, and the logic is that the best fit in model, in AI model, in machine learning model, fits on your data, will provide the best solution for you.
And make me, for example, something tangible. So an example of how AI is doing it. Like, imagine a situation and where instead of being flooded by emails, for example, how instead it's happening, and anything that can help us, our listeners, to understand.
Okay, you are driving now in your car, and at the morning, in the morning, and you want to know what new emails arrived to your inbox, and say you use some digital personal assistants and some voice device. You want to the system will read you all your mails. It may take hours.
Okay.
AI solution can filter all the stuff and read you the only urgent emails or messages for you at this time point, at your current state of mind. And this is an amazing example.
Okay.
Also, it can abstract the mails or messages, and you will listen the only relevant and most important parts of all the stuff.
If I may elaborate or clarify further, I mean, think about it that we in the morning, and we have 100 emails coming into our inbox or so, and while we're driving, if we're just reading a text to speech, it can take hours, if not longer, and it's not necessarily even actionable.
And it's even hardly understandable sometimes.
Exactly. You can't necessarily even understand what's going on. But if you have an AI that's out of these hundreds of emails, able to find the 5 really urgent emails that you could take care of them during your drive to work, they're easy to understand, they're summarizable, so you can hear just the abstract or so. Plus, it's able to actually provide you the next best action. If it is, would you like to reply? Would you like to forward? And not something that's full of 50 attachments that you can't really do anything during your drive. It may be something important, but in your current state of mind while driving, it's not something that you can actually handle or take care of.
Okay.
And with AI understanding and personalizing for you, your urgency, your importance, as well as your state of mind, you're able to actually get things done or move ahead or progress without an issue, no matter where you're at the doctor's office, during your drive, while you're sitting down, between meetings, whatever it is.
Okay, what I also understood from the example is that if I have a meeting today, it's gonna read me first the mails related to this meeting, and if I have a meeting next week, it's not gonna read them today. Maybe it's gonna read them tomorrow or another of the days, right? So it's already prioritizing what's important.
Exactly.
Cool. So in this case, you have much less noise, and you are able to just get into the essence of it. That is the most important part, that where it's actionable. And how AI in this case understands what's important for us or what's not. What does it take? So should I also spend some time in training or doing some
No, there is no need for this. Computers will do all the work for you. AI algorithms will analyze and explore all the data in your box, all your activities in the past, on all the mails you sent ever, and will produce the insights. How do you want to manage your mailbox the most efficiently for you? Something like secretary. And the algorithm will follow these instructions, and will manage your inbox, your messaging device in the most optimal way. If you would hire a secretary, you would like him to do exactly the same things and exactly the same time points because it's optimal for you. The software will learn all this from your past data in seconds and maximum minutes, and provide you solutions, smart suggestions, abstracting, as we said, and all the rest.
So the difference is that probably my secretary would never be able to read thousands of emails in few minutes, right? So that actually gives 1 point more to AI in this to have is quicker the processing speed. So
not only quicker. Every human can explore some piece of information for sure, but there is no secretary or ever human that can simultaneously take into account hundreds or thousands of factors that can affect your decisions, your state of mind, but complicated and smart software we have now can.
Do you think it works also for things we forgot about? So sometimes we come back from holiday, or we overlook an email and we don't respond and then we don't do it. We just forget about it, right? So is it also going to pick up something we didn't reply to and then remind us about it?
Yes, yes, for sure, absolutely. Generally, algorithm can create a to-do list and or something like a set of reminders, and we'll learn when we should remind you about every specific email, in our case, based on a lot of information in this email, in your calendar, in your past activities, on your network, social network, work network, and so forth. And we can, for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, another thing I always consider, because if we show the IORG Live Month or any several topics and blog posts we did about information overload, is that we always talk about behavior, right? So how people, in order to avoid information overload, should improve their behavior towards communication, right? So and that means, for example, as we said, using a better subject when you send an email, or don't send an email with 2 or 3 actionable item, but just only one actionable item, or try to make it simple, your message, and non-complex, so it's also part of communication. So do you think AI could also help humans in improving their behavior towards communication, or
yes,
train the human instead of getting trained, but AI training humans?
Yes, for sure, for 2 reasons. Coaching is one of ultimate AI goals, as far as I see. For example, the same example as before. You wrote mails, and you have no time to send them.
Okay.
You know that one of them will never be treated.
Okay.
It is completely unimportant. Why? Because you have a system that generally filters such mails, and you know that your recipient also has the same or like this software like this. You will not send such mail in most cases. For example, the second reason, that if you get suggestions and prioritization on your box, and you know that this suggestions is not rule, common sense rule, big data based rule, but it's something that is a result of exploring all your data, say 3 months or half a year ago. Okay, you will say, okay, I will follow this recommendation, and you will your behavior will be adjusted after some time. You will follow this recommendation.
So it's like a recommendation after recommendation.
Because of trust.
You need to start trusting, of course, the AI that is actually understanding you in a better way, and then slowly your behavior changes, and you agree on certain ways of reply, or certain things you can reply and certain not. Certain people you should send a mail, and certain not, or some time. I don't know. Perhaps if it's midnight and you're a workaholic and you're trying to work there, and you try to send, AI can tell you, do you really want to send an email at midnight? Usually there is 0% possibility that your receiver will read it now, and it's better if you send it tomorrow morning. What do you think? And maybe you decide to send it the morning after instead of immediately at midnight. So that could also help, right? If we bring some ethics, and I think, you know, another point here is, do we also put ethics in the AI? So like, you know, when people maybe reply with an anger tone, or when they reply in a period of time that is not appropriate and so on. Is it also something AI is doing, or you think there is a future for it?
I think, as far as I said, it's a future. People should be educated and learn to do not to do such things. I think that we can learn ways to react to different people.
Mm-hmm.
The extended analysis of social network and behavior, a given social network, can generally provide a solution for ethical problems in communication, email communication or message communication.
Yeah.
But it might be that it's a future, because we should utilize very complex algorithms and very complex solutions that should be developed.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about application. I don't know if we are doing selling, right? I don't know. Eran here is the head of marketing. So you say, you know, you are about to send an email to a customer and AI tells you, this is not a good selling point. You might consider this other sentence to be much more persuasive. So would you like to send it in this way? And maybe.
But AI is a tool.
Yeah.
It's replace a human. It's not replace a person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, but you know, for example, I'm playing chess, right? And so when you play chess, there are some moves you do, and you have a higher probability that if you move certain kind of in certain ways, you have more probability to do checkmate rather than the other way. So in this case, it could just suggest if you use this sentence instead, you have 50% more probability than this to be successful. So then the choice is yours. But still, you have something that you wouldn't know without this kind of analysis. So that was a thing.
I think that there is a difference between chess and communication, and the main difference is that communication is still communication.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say something to somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think there's also a lot of new parameters in communication. I mean, you're getting, if we're speaking again about emails, you're getting a lot of new emails coming in on a daily basis.
Yes.
Some from contacts you know, some from people you never met or never spoken to before, some spam, some there's a new client. It's a lot more dynamic. Don't get me wrong, there's so many different ways to play chess, but
of course.
Because it changes every single day. So the AI needs to continually learn. It's not just feed it one set of data and that's it. You're good to go forever.
So bring me into the future. What is gonna come in the next, for example, 5 years with AI? How is gonna improve our way that is not doing it yet, but how do you imagine? And the question is for you both. How do you imagine it's gonna be?
I'm sure that AI solutions, personal AI solutions, can improve your life.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, smart filtering and prioritization.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't treat and shouldn't read ever spam emails, machine-generated emails that are not important for you. There are machine-generated emails that are important, but most of not important emails we can detect and filter. You receive mail. Your inbox shows you first of all the most urgent. Second of all, most important to-do emails. And thirdly, other stuff. and there are some stuff that is not shown at all. And during the work on emails, you will get continuous suggestions from AI system that make your work easier and your working place more user-friendly.
So it's gonna learn more and more and more about you. So the more time you spend with an AI, helping on your collaboration and communication, the less the less overload is gonna be, because it's gonna learn even more of those things.
Yes, for sure. Okay. Using sophisticated software is the first necessary step to improve your user experience.
And reduce the information overload. So let's say, let's overload the AI and not let's overload us at this point, right?
Yes, yes.
And is it only, maybe I'll ask question, is it only for email that we have an AI? Because, the world now is having a lot of tools, a lot of social networks and mobile application and so on. So where do you think the AI is going to expand outside our inbox?
You already answered this question. The next step is to integrate all these sources of information. You are right. Not only emails are a source of information overload. Have messages, we have Skype, and a lot of devices, WhatsApp, a lot of devices that websites that overload us. Every future solution should be based on an integration of all information you are going to get, and explore all all available data you have on your desktop or on your device, and in this way, one can suggest more applicable solutions also. After that.
Well, I think what we've spoken about earlier is that the personalization, it's basically, it's going to aggregate a lot of your things, and we can look about it as reinventing messaging. So whether it is WhatsApp and your Telegram messages and your LinkedIn messages and your Facebook statuses and your emails, you'll get what you need, what you personally need to get your job done or move ahead during your day, or avoid nonsense and distractions and seeing cat videos that don't interest you because you prefer Siamese cat than regular cats. Okay, whatever it is, it's going to be a lot more personalized in that matter than it just showing you everything and letting you right now to filter on your own, but still spending so much time. I think it'll end up being, personalization. I'm seeing behind you all the different movies, all you have behind you and stuff. And, if it's going out to a movie with your wife, to really pick the movie that you both will really enjoy. You're going to enjoy the experience of going out to a movie, dinner anyways. But if you knew which restaurant and which movie you enjoy, you can better focus on your actual conversation with your wife than about how much, this movie just wasting our time.
And not waste time to search what to see and so on.
Personalization during your day-to-day life, so you can enjoy day-to-day things rather than just having difficulties making decisions or making wrong decisions.
And talking about, maybe for Yury, that is the last question, then we close. But if we have to, include AI in every of our interaction, right? So we should potentially give them the access to, our Facebook account or our WhatsApp or our email and so on. So how secure and how can we rely on AI to not share everything about us then, right?
It's very important and very good question. We at Knowmail we work under very tight security restrictions, and there are a lot of solutions for this problem, technical solutions generally. In what way we can get all information, all needed information, and not to share it to anybody, with anybody. The problem, this is a great challenge to get insights where we generally do not get and share information between persons. I think that the domain we are working in, emails and organization emails, is in particular important, and we have solutions, real solutions for this.
Well, to maintain privacy and security as well, I mean, Knowmail itself, because we're handling email, and we began in 2014, from day one, this was the top priority because we already foresaw that this is going to be an issue. So we have to build the AI to begin with, that it's very private and secured, maintaining all your data, because it's not even personal data, it's company confidential data, so it must be private and secured. But another way that we're actually doing it is, first of all, we're not sending any personalized identifiable information out of your actual device. So for cloud processing and everything is remaining on your device. The model creation, the information, all the data remains on your device, doesn't leave. It's being anonymized, it's being encrypted. I mean, we have more information just for this on our site because it's a very, very hot topic, very important. But that's why we've also maintained it by saying, if we don't take the information outside, whether it is Gmail or others that need to process by moving everything up to the cloud. So your data is actually moving somewhere. But if we don't move that data, then we can maintain that as long as you keep your device secured, which is same as your Facebook account, passwords and everything, you keep your device secured, we're not taking that information out. So if something, God forbid, on our servers or on our processing, there's no access to your data.
Cool. So that's so. And Yury, you said it very well. The needed information are the most important thing. Not all information whatsoever, but only what you need for that particular function. So that's cool to know.
Yes, it's a great plus. It's a great advantage of personal learning.
Okay.
And common sense learning actually explore a lot of information, including unneeded.
Cool. So thank you a lot for sharing today with us. Thank you, Eran. Thank you, Yury. Maybe one thing, if if people would like to know something more about Knowmails, or what are the website or places they should follow you, we put all the links below. But Eran, you can tell us.
Basically, Knowmail with a K, as I know you, knowmail.me. You can learn all about the various products for desktop, for mobile, as well as digital assistants. Learn about our privacy and security parameters. Plus, we have an amazing blog which you've contributed to before, Lele, and it's always fun. You'll see a lot of great readings from great minds such as yourself, Nathan Zaldis, a lot of interviews. And of course, anytime you can hit us up, ask any specific questions, and you'll find all contact information on the website.
Cool. So links are all here below, and keep following as well IORG and the blog of IORG and our activities on LinkedIn or on Twitter or anywhere you are, because we are there, and that's why we are sharing with you this kind of stories. In case there are further questions or would like to know a particular topic, feel free to comment below. Thank you all for watching, and see you with the next IORGcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Lele, for having us.
Thank you.